Hello and welcome to my channel, and this is the first of a three-part mini-series of reviews for some knockoff bots that I have recently bought from B&M home stores in the UK. Now, going back a number of weeks, well, last month actually, I went into B&M home store on the last day of the month, and I was just looking to see what Transformers they had in, and I saw they had these large, transforming robots that I've not seen before, these knockoff bots, and they look kind of interesting. But as I wasn't wasn't really up to buying anything that particular day, I didn't buy any. But I came back to the same store a couple of weeks later, and I was planning on buying just one, but I couldn't make my mind out of which one I was going to buy because they all look pretty cool, especially the alt modes. And so I decided, I'm going to buy all three. Now, before we get started, these are, as far as I'm aware, they are exclusive to B&M home stores in the UK. I've not seen them on sale anywhere else. I've not seen any reviews of these figures anywhere on the internet, so you could say this is a world first review for this toy, but that's not really saying much. I mean, they're sold in the UK by B&M home stores. They're possibly sold at different stores in other territories, but I don't really know. But anyway, let's get on with the review. Now, they are these things. This is the box. Gunbot Alien Battle, and they transform from robots into futuristic looking guns or like Nerf guns. So this is the first one we're going to be looking at today, and this is the front of his box, and you can see some very cool artwork of his gun mode and his robot mode. Obviously, you can see on the front of the box, it's got the price tag $14.99. Now, I didn't pay $14.99 for these. When I bought them, they were only $9.99. They'd been marked down. But anyway, that's the going price. And then look on the side, it's got all that. And then you look on the back, and it's got some more artwork of the figure. And it's got the character's name. Now, this guy is called Fire Dragon. And also it says it on the side of the box there. It says, it says Fire Dragon. So that's him. And also you look on the illustration of the gun mode, and it says K01. So that's what I'm calling this guy. I'm calling him Gunbot Alien Battle K01 Fire Dragon. So that's a quick look at the box. And as you can see, it's quite a large box. It's very solid. It's there's an interesting thing about the box before we go any further. Obviously, there's a clamshell inside, but you go inside the cardboard insert, and if you look, you can see it's got like the old combiner walls. It's got like a printed line art of Age of Extinction Slug, and you look on this side, and you can see Slug's head. So that is a bit of a sort of a knockoff thing there. They've knocked off the artwork from some Age of Extinction figures. Anyway, so let's look at the guy, and here he is. Here is Fire Dragon in robot mode, and as you can see, he's quite a big robot. Now, as he's in robot mode, we'll get on to the look at the robot first. First thing I want to say about all three of these guys is you can see they're made out of this. Wow, it's coming up on my camera as like a lime green color, but it's actually like a bronzy gold color. And if it looks like GPS style plastic, then yes, it is. It's got the metallic flake in it. It's got the swirls. So yeah, this toy is probably made for the most part out of a GPS prone plastic. Yeah, so I have to say that about it up front. Now, transforming this guy is not too bad. It's fairly fun. But I will say also, you can probably see here you've got these little ports here for the pegs. And if you look at the pegs, I don't know whether you can see, but when you're transforming it, he's got these very small 2mm pegs for the pegging system on these guys, and they do pegging quite tightly, and there's a good chance that when you're transforming it and pulling things apart, you're going to break pegs. So yeah, there is that. Anyway, let's look at the robot mode. Fairly detailed, not much in the way of paint. He's got a few green bits on his thing here. He's got an interesting head sculpt. which is I don't know, you can see it there. So I can't get much. Let's get some light in on it. There we go. You can see it's got almost got a lot. It's got a visor, but it's got a monocle, almost like Shockwave. Interesting head sculpt on this dude. Pretty cool. Articulation. The head drops down for transformation, so it moves up and down. There's no ball joint on it. No mushroom peg, so it doesn't rotate. Shoulders. They're on a joint that goes all the way around. Now you've got the shoulder pauldrons. They're quite tight, but they do move up and down, and the shoulder is actually hinged inside the pauldron, so it goes fully up and it clips into place, and then comes down to 90 degrees, and then when you pull it, it pulls the shoulder down with it. It's got elbows that are softly ratcheted, which will go to 90 degrees, and the fist, no fist rotation, but the fist does fold up for transformation. That sort of gives you an extra joint. Moving down, now it does not have a waist joint, but the hips on this guy are kind of interesting. Now you can probably see here, you've got these hip pieces here. Now when I was looking at these through the window on the box, they do look very suspicious, but they're actually made out of metal. And also most of the bits on the legs are made out of metal. These dark grey parts are all metal on the legs, so it does have some, you know, die cast on him. Now the hips for transformation, they're on almost like a butterfly joint, I suppose. And they go in and out like that, but they're on a soft ratchet and they fold in and out. The hips themselves are on ball joints, which are reasonably tight, and the legs will go all around. There is a cutout in the top, so the legs, he will do the splits. He's also got these little hinged panels, which are part of the alt mode, which flap down here, and as you can see, they're ridiculously loose. And they're the only loose part on this guy. Now, this guy does not have a waist joint. However, because of the way the hips are designed, you can sort of fake a waist joint, and I will show you. So if you hold his legs, you can sort of twist his body slightly on these sort of butterfly joints. See? So you can imitate a waist joint to a point. Also, because the top of the leg is on a ball joint and it's on this finger, you can also sort of get a little bit of twist on the leg, so you can say it sort of imitates a thigh swivel, kind of. So it does give you some articulation options on the legs. Going down to the knees. Now they fold forward for transformation, and they're on a soft ratchet, and they don't quite fold back to 90 degrees. And then the feet does have a heel spur, and then the foot goes backwards and forwards slightly like that. So he's got a reasonable amount of articulation, and when you see the others in the other two videos, you will see this is one of the better dudes out of the three. Size comparison. There he is next to Combiner Wars Megatron, and as you can see, he's well, to the top of the head anyway, he's pretty much leader class size bot. Now, before we go any further, I've just noticed obviously the accessories that he comes with. He comes with instructions, which are in colour and sort of black and white, and they show you the transformation steps. It's 8 transformation steps, both from alt mode to robot and back again, and it does show you how to transform it in both directions, which is good. It comes with 8 foam darts with the rubberized points on. It comes with a cardboard target with a little hole where you can hang it up and shoot at it. And it comes with safety spectacles. Now, obviously I wear normal specs, but let's just put them on for the sake of... And they do fit quite well, but the actual lenses themselves are a bit distorted, so when you're looking through them, you know, the image is a little wobbly. But they're good enough for, you know, for kids shooting these sort of things around to stop them maybe hitting themselves in the face or in the eyes. And you know, kids will be kids. If you give one of these gun toys to a kid, they'll be shooting them at each other, and there's a chance they might, you know, hit themselves in the face. But they have thought to supply some safety goggles, which is good. And also he comes with a gun, which is like a double-ended sort of bazooka thing, and he can hold it. He's got obviously a peg in his hand, and it's like a 3mm peg thing, and it's a hexagonal peg. But you know, he can hold the gun. So that's that. Now, the main reason why I went for these guys is because of the alt modes. They transform into guns, like Nerf guns, and the gun designs are really cool, and that's what attracted me to them, even though I knew full well that these guys are the KO bots, even though they're not actually based on any existing Transformers mold that I know. They're unique molds, unique designs. I've not seen them anywhere else, but obviously they're built in a factory in China for B&M home stores, and they're obviously, you've seen they're made out of a gold plastic, which I don't know if you can see. You can see the swirls in it. Come on. There we go. You can see swirls in that. So yeah, it has got that. Now, transformation. Transformation's pretty cool on this dude. I think you will start with the arms. Now, basically, fold the arms up to there. Get the head. Fold the head down. You then. Now these bits do plug in quite firmly, and like I was saying about, you know, the pegs on these being very small and quite tight. Well, actually, you can these back pieces, you can sort of fold them down out of the way. And then you've got to bring that piece up, and then fold that down, fold that around, and then there's pegs on the inside of here, and that, when it lines up, that goes into there, and then that goes up onto there, and then bring this side up. Fold the arm round, fold it down, fold the elbow round, and then plug that into there, and then that goes up, and that forms the front of the gun. Now you get these pieces here, clip them in at the back, and we're starting to get somewhere. Now, the legs. Bring them down, then you slot these pieces into there, and plug that together, and you get these pieces, fold them round, and then stick them in to those gaps there. And then you get the feet, open the feet out, bring that round, and then you've got to plug these bits together, and you've got these little thin pieces here that are very, very tiny, and they got to go into this little slot here, so you've got to sort of bend it in. Now these are very thin, and mine were cracked, and I had to put a piece of glue in there to stop it breaking, and then that goes into there like that. And there we have Fire Dragon in his gun mode, and it's a pretty cool looking gun. And yeah, I really like the design on this. It's really cool looking. It's a futuristic looking firearm, you know, kind of like a gun from Borderlands, and I'm a big fan of Borderlands, and this looks, you know, like a gun you could get from Borderlands. And yeah, of course, it's quite comfortable in the hand. Weight wise, it's all right. I think I weighed these things. I think this one's like 351 grams in weight. Most of the weight is obviously in the metal gun butt round the bottom. It does have these pieces, like I said, which spin round. You can have them facing up like that, but you know, it gets round. I have them down like that, and then it's quite comfortable in the hand. Now, it is a Nerf gun, so it's got a cocking mechanism which you pull back like that, and then you fire it like that. Now, I have noticed on this one, when you pull the thing back, it gets a bit loose and wiggly at the end of its stroke, so just got to take that into account. Now, you can also get the gun, and there is a little place underneath where it can plug in as like a laser sight or something. Now, as these are Nerf guns, the only thing I've got to compare them with is the Dino Blaster, again from B&M Home Stores, but these are also sold by New Island in the States. I've got Rex, I've got him. Now, this guy is reasonably powerful, and I've been told, or I've read, that they're not quite as powerful as a proper Nerf gun, but this guy is pretty strong. And I've been comparing these to this in terms of, you know, firepower and, you know, strength, and these are not as strong. They don't fire as strong as the Dino Blasters. But anyway, so you get a foam dart, you load it in there, make sure you push it all the way back, cock the gun, and then fire it. It's, again, not very strong. They're okay for indoor use with kids, you know. You can just keep shooting them all over the place. Fairly easy to reload, but yeah. So it's a decent toy. It's a good little gun. It holds together reasonably well, even though sometimes when you're pulling back on this, it does tend to split the join between these two pieces. But there we go. It's a good, fun little toy. Again, because of the thin pegs on this, and the fact that it's made out of a suspicious looking gold plastic, I don't know how durable this thing will be. If, you know, a kid starts, you know, playing with it with his mates, there's a good chance it will break because of the nature of the construction on it, because it's, you know, it's cheaply made out of, you know, poor quality plastic. But you know, got to give them credit for the design. It's got a cool design, and the robot's not too bad. But, you know, it's a decent looking figure, and the first of 3 such reviews of these Gunbots that I've got. So that's my review of the first guy. This is what's it called again? Gunbot Alien Battle K01 Fire Dragon in his gun mode. And yeah, that's been the first mini review for this series. Hopefully you'll find it interesting. I haven't seen any reviews of these guys anywhere else on YouTube. And if you go into B&M Home Stores and you see these guys on the shelf, hopefully my little series of videos will give you an idea which one to go for out of the 3 separate designs, which is the best one out of the 3. This guy's not too bad. He's half decent, and you know, if I had to choose between the 3, seeing as I've had a go with all 3 of them, it would be this guy or the third one. The second one, which is the next review, is not so good, but is all right. It's a cool looking gun. It's fun to use. They're easily safe to use firing indoors because they're not particularly strong or powerful. So yeah, come with safety goggles and a target and decent instructions, and they're $14.99 or $9.99 depending on whether they've reduced them in your local B&M home stores and if you can find them in your local B&M home stores. But anyway, that's been my review. I've been TFR Wilderness, and in 3 days time I'll be doing the next one, so look out for that. That's me out. Ta-da.